Today I'm going to show you guys how to clean the joints between permeable pavers. We're over in Washington, D.C. right now. About 4 years ago, we installed this permeable paver alley through the RiverSmart program. RiverSmart program, great program. They actually provide rebates to give incentives for people to replace their concrete into permeable pavers, which, if you're watching this, I'm sure you know permeable pavers let the water filter through into the ground instead of into the river stream. Over here, we did this project about 4 years ago. It did get neglected a bit, so the joints are in pretty bad shape. Right now, they're covered with mud and silt through yards, through rain. So right now, the water is not permeable. It's just running off into the alleyway. If you follow me over here, we have a sweeper that typically on residential applications, we don't need a sweeper, or we have some smaller sweepers. The sweeper works about 70%, especially when it's mud. If it's dry, it works a lot better. So we have to pass the sweeper about 4 or 5 different applications. The sweeper doesn't reach the sides, so we have to clean that by hand. Let me show you an area on how to properly clean the permeable paver. Over here, there's some areas that are just completely filled with mud. The sweeper only isn't getting everything 100%. You can see where the sweeper is actually working. So we have to pass the sweeper about 4 or 5 different times to really get about 70–80% of everything out. You really want to have the joints cleared until you find some of the existing stone, which we removed most of the mud. Over here you can see we still need to remove a little more. It's just a time-consuming process, but you have to do it or else the permeable pavers will not function. What we typically do on the sides is a lot of times you can just scrape it, remove the silt, and then what you want to do is you want to pass the blower. You can hit this area. So right here we do have some loose gravel. We call it number 9 stone, which will allow all the water to filter through. After you do clean the joints, I'm just going to use a little sample area, even though they do need to sweep it one more time. You do want to spread some water. Make sure the water is going down, doing what it's supposed to do. This area, as you can see, the water is filtering through. You can see right here, we do have all clean gravel, so we did clean this area. This area is pretty good. Now, when you're done, you do want to reapply the stone. Typically, if you just spread a little bit, and then all you do afterwards is just sweep it in the joint. Again, my name's Tommy with All Green Landscape Company, and this is how to clean the joints on permeable pavers. Thank you.